Let's talk about 20-year-old Chet Holmgren and what makes him a top prospect. Standing 7 feet tall with a 7'6" wingspan, his ball handling ability, rim protection, and toughness make him a unique prospect in this draft. Chet hails from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Rated the #1 high school basketball prospect in the 2021 class, Chet finished his senior year as National Gatorade Player of the Year and a McDonald's All-American. His father, Dave, who also stands 7 feet tall, played 4 years at the University of Minnesota from 1984 to 1988. He films all of his son's games from the stands with an old camcorder. After just 1 year at Gonzaga, Chet left his stamp on the program, becoming an AP All-American and leading Gonzaga to the #1 overall seed in the NCAA tournament. With all of his accomplishments, along with his unique skill set, this is why he's rated the #1 prospect in this year's NBA draft.
Jalen, you can make the case here with Chet Holmgren going #1, coming into the #1 high school player in the country just a year ago before he went to Gonzaga.
All great choices, but for me, I'll take Chet right now in this debate, and here's why. Did you say size? Did you say skill? Well, he's 7 foot plus, and he's between the legs, behind the back, grab and go off of the backboard in transition. Today's NBA is all about speed and having the floor open. And if you got a guy that's going to block 3.5 shots a game, plus be able to grab me rebounds and get out in transition and make plays for himself or Stephen A., look at that. That's not even fair for a 7-foot guy to be that good and that skilled. So
can we say unicorn?
I'm going for the home run here. If I got the #1 pick, if I'm taking somebody #1, I need them to be a perennial all-star. I need them to be flirting with Hall of Fame. He has that talent.
I heard that noise before, particularly when a guy by the name of Kristaps Porzingis entered the league. He was a member of the New York Knicks. A lot of people were excited, and how has that ended up? The next thing you know, the Wizards and the Mavs make a deal, and Spencer Dinwiddie looks like a better pick. I'm not accusing Chet Holmgren of being that guy, because I agree with you. The brother's got mad skills, even though years ago, long before age and a slower metabolism kicked in, I weighed more than him. That's a different subject for another day.
With the second pick in the 2022 NBA Draft, the Oklahoma City Thunder select Chet Holmgren from Gonzaga University.
Chet Holmgren headed to Oklahoma City. You can see him sharing a moment there with his parents. The term unicorn, it's thrown around often, but it seems that it may be an accurate description for Chet Holmgren. How many centers can shoot a high percentage from three? Holmgren shot almost 39% from beyond the arc in his 1 season with the Zags, and his dad actually filmed every one of his games since he was in 6th grade. And when he joined us on the set of NBA Today, he said that he wanted to be a 50, 40, 90 player in the NBA. It seems like he actually has a chance to be that, Jay.
There's no question he has that chance. He's built for today's NBA. He's a good athlete, very fluid, and really, really skilled at 7 feet with a 7'6" wingspan. And he's got a very high basketball IQ. He's really, in a way, like a baby Giannis. He's not a center. He's not a low post guy. He is a perimeter player. And you can see he's got a turnaround jumper. He's got a fadeaway. He's got that little Dirk move. He hit over 40 threes on the season to go with over 100 blocks. There's been only 3 guys that have done that in the last 25 years. And clearly he can move his feet. He keeps his body away from big, strong offensive players that like to get into his chest. He can operate in pick and roll, both as a screener and as a ball handler. He's the total package with open court ability, and I think he's very well suited for today's NBA.
Well, he's joining Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and Josh Giddey, but the question that NBA fans have out there, well, who's his game like, Big Perk? Tell us.
Well, I'll tell you, if
Giannis Antetokounmpo and Kristaps Porzingis had a baby that get Chet Holmgren. Let's run the tape, and I'll explain why. When you think about it, he's a combination of the two. When I look at him, I see the Kristaps Porzingis in him, a big that's able to stretch the floor. He has a nice post-up game, face-up game, turnaround game, 15-footer. When you put him in the pick and roll, he can mix it up, pop to the three, and guess what? He shoot lights out. When I look at him for us at the Giannis aspect, attacking downhill, taking up space, and once he get in the paint, he's finishing at the rim with authority. Why they had to have me in this clip. But this is who Chet Holmgren is. Do not let the body frame fool you. He's mean, he's aggressive, and he's about that life.
Absolutely, and look, you can see him shaking hands there with Commissioner Adam Silver. But you know when he caught a whole bunch of eyes was when he took on Steph Curry at Steph Curry's own camp. So this is when Chet was 17 years old. Watch him blocking Steph Curry's shot, and then, hey, big perk, can you do this? He hits Steph Curry with his own behind-the-back little dribble move, and then he finishes with a dunk.
In and out between, cross behind the back. Look, Steph, like, I can't do nothing with that.
Well, Chet Holmgren, Malika, is the total package. He's unique. We don't see players like him very often. What you saw in that Steph Curry video, he's an open court ball handler, and he's like a baby Giannis in the open court. He can grab a defensive rebound and then take it the other way. He's got a great handle. He's a very good passer, shoots 40% from three, so he's not going to be one of these low post bangers that's down on the block.
Right.
You know, that's the old game. He's a perimeter player. He'll be more of a stretch four that can handle the ball, and you know he's got a turnaround jumper, but I don't say the baby Giannis thing lightly. Like when he gets downhill, he spins, uses his left, and finishes, dunks out just about everything. And you made the point, like his frame gives you a little bit of pause because he looks like a stick figure, but he's tough. If he does get knocked back, he gets right back up. Right. He does not get injured, and certainly hasn't been injured through the course of his career. Woj mentioned it's a tough decision at number one because he's the real deal.
But the thing about it is his scouts struggled, right, to put him in a box, to label him as something, to make any sort of comparisons there. And our Monica McNutt sat down with him and spoke about that.
You're now on the cusp of joining the ranks of the NBA players. How are you feeling about this entire process with that day tomorrow?
I'm excited. It's been a lot of build-up for, not only since the season ended last couple months, but for years. It's been a goal that I've been striving for, and it's so close. I can really feel it now.
Mark Few said about you, I don't know if there's a comp for him. He's incredibly unique and skilled. That's a big deal, and that's not biased. That's a great basketball mind.
What do you think is
what do you think is the strength of your game?
Like you said, my versatility, my ability to do different things, based on what is needed from me that night, that game. Every game's different. Even if you put the same players on the court on the same day of the week, the ball is going to bounce a different way each time. So being able to adjust and do different things is important.
Have you taken time to take it all in? I know it's moving fast and a lot is coming at you.
Yeah, that's why I'm big on, staying where my feet are, because it's easy to, kind of miss the moment, especially thinking about things in the future. So I'm big on staying where my feet are, like I said, and really soaking in the moment, so I can remember it.
Why should you be the #1 overall pick?
I feel like with my, my track record and the work I've put in and the work that I've shown, I can, help any team that I join be a better team and win basketball games. And at the end of the day, that's what it's about. And I feel like I've shown that.